everyone, Voices here, and today I will talk about the best comps that should be playing in this new patch 11.10. Let's do this. So I'm gonna give you basically two Fast 9 compositions that I think are the best if you can get there early enough and upgrade all those units. I do believe that this composition right here, if you do have everything upgraded, you should win the game. There is everything. You have Ironclad, you have Mystic, Revenant, Knight, Renewer, Redeemed, and you have GA, Rageblade on the killer. Gunblade is just for some healing. You can go for Hodge, you can go for anything else. It's totally fine. I just like the healing part. Yeah, so you will not like damage in this comp just because you're gonna do true damage. So you're gonna destroy everything no matter what. It's just a matter on getting there as fast as possible, which is why I really like the Rageblade. And yeah, that's basically the idea of this comp. You just play Kayle, have a team supporting her, make sure she's safe. If there is an assassin, you can put back some units, maybe have the Nautilus here or the Garen, you know, whatever. And yeah, that's all it is. Item wise, I really like the GA Rageblade. Gunblade is fine, Hand of Justice is fine, Shadow Hand of Justice is fine too. Yeah, will be the item that come to mind. If you do have a Morello, it's fantastic on the Volibear. If you have other tanky items, I will put it on the Garen because it will be your frontline carry. Your secondary carry is going to be Aimer. So that's one comp. On the Fast 9 side, here's a second with Teemo carry and 4 Invokers. Yeah, this comp is it's insane. It's really strong, especially with the Shadow Drew Gauntlet on Teemo and Blue buff, and 4 Invoker is gonna cast a lot, and is destroying everything. Like, he's one-shotting everything. Casting a lot, you're safe with Assassins because you have Syndra. Garen is not going to get one shot because you have Dawnbringer here. And after that, it's just a matter of what do you need in those specific matchup. If you do not need Ironclad, I would just have Mystic here instead, maybe a Kindred. If you need, if you're in the AP side of things in your lobby. But otherwise, this is really strong. If you're going Fast 9, you get Teemo. Yeah, go for this. Really strong. Now I'm going to talk about all the potential 4 costs and other carries that are not legendaries. The first one that should come to mind in this patch is Jax. Skirmishers have been buffed a little too much. It's just too consistent. It's super strong. It is not really a top 1 composition unless you 3-star a Jax, but if you do get this online with Jax 2 and those items, I do not see why you should not top 4. Really strong. I prefer the Kennen here as a skirmisher to have additional CC. The Trundle always near the Jax to reduce the armor and MR of somebody the Jax is hitting. I like having also the Pantheon as well, so he's absorbing more damage. Otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. You're gonna do 80 damage, so having Darius is fantastic. Viego here is great. If you have Kayle or Verka, Skarma, whatever it is that is trying to be alone, you can steal it, and the job is done, right? Yeah, really strong top 4 composition. It's too consistent in my opinion, definitely in the S tier. If you're looking for top 1, this is not really the comp I would go for, but if you want a safe top 4, go for this. Vel'Koz. Yes, so Vel'Koz is still insane. I really like having those items on him, being Shojin, Shadow Drew Gauntlet, and Gunblade. I do believe it's best in slot. And this is the core of the comp, right? Those 7 units, and then it's just a matter of whatever you have in the lobby. If you do see a lot of Dravens or 80 damage, you can add a Jax and have 3 Ironclad. If you do see there is Karma, Heimerdinger, Teemo, another Verka player. You can just add a Lux and have another Mystic, maybe Kindred here, and you're good to go. So it's just a matter of what you're facing, what you have in your lobby, but this is core, this is fantastic. Verka is gonna one-shot everything. Great composition, S tier. Draven, we have to talk about Draven. Now that Aphelios is, well, I'm gonna say it, Aphelios is kind of dead, to be honest. It's sad, but yeah, do not play Aphelios. I'm not including him in this best comps for this patch. But Draven is doing really well, actually. This is just one example of a good composition that you can go for. There is only one legendary, so you can get this composition full online at level 8. And yeah, you have one shadow item, so having Forgotten is pretty nice, which is why I have the trash over the Darius. If you do not have any shadow items on your Draven, just put the Darius in, it's much better. Yeah, I like this combination of items on the Draven, but Deathblade is fine, Shadow Deathblade is fine, Shadow BD is okay. I do believe as long as you have swords and one Rage Blade, you're basically good to go. Your second Agiri in this combo is of course going to be more the Kaisa, so if you do have any AP items, definitely put it on him, okay. Otherwise it's pretty straightforward. You have Frontline, Mystic, Ironclad, and supporting your carry's damage. I really like having the Draven here because then you can just stay here and not walk all around and not catch his axes. There is even an argument to put him here to make sure he's never moving, but I do believe it's a little too dangerous, so I like it here. Yeah, this is S tier now. Karma. So Karma, it's still a good composition. I don't think it's great, but if you do have a blue buff and you cannot go 9 to put the 4 Invoker that I just mentioned earlier, this is great. This is just great. The idea is the same. You have Karma being safe, Shadow Drew Gauntlet for maximum crit and damage, some healing just in case, and the blue buff to make sure she is casting almost every second. Yeah, not much to talk about here. I didn't make any of this composition a guide. If I did not, it's coming this week or next week. So yeah, Garen for the Shred of MR, any tanky item will go on him. Kindred to make sure your Karma is safe. I do believe that this comp is not S tier. I would just put it in the top of A tier. Mordekaiser, yeah, he's still here, guys. He's still really good. You're still gonna put Gunblade, Shadow or not, QSS, and some other tanky items. I put one Morgs, it can be anything else. You can put 6 Legionnaires, you can put 4, honestly, both are fine. That's just the way it is. It's still clapping, you're still gonna do a ton of damage. If you have any AD items, of course you're gonna put them here. I do not recommend the Rage Blade on the Draven just because you have already so much attack speed with Legionnaire. So if you'd have swords items like IE, Deathblade, BT, then they would go here. And you have your 2 carries. Draconic Abomination. It's back. It is back. The Abomination, the sign, is gonna summon those Zizirats again. So yes, they are much weaker than before, but that means that if you do have on 2 Abomination units, 2 Zizirats, you actually get 4 of them, right? Once they die and once the Scion dies. That gives so much time for the Zara and your Ashe 3 that you should be aiming for with Draconic anyway, to kill everything, that this comp is super strong. It's not as oppressive as it was on PB, that's for sure, but with that front line, the Scion and the Zizirats, your Zara and Ashe should have more than enough time to kill everything, okay? Of course, I do believe that having Draconic as early as possible is best to have the maximum eggs and have the Ashe and Zara 2 really early, potentially before stage 3 if you can, and definitely at level 6. Then you will go to level 7 and level 8 at 4-5, and that's when I will aim to 3-star the Ashe and the Zera and have this whole composition online. And you see it has a lot of small synergies. You have the Brawlers here, you have Mystic and Ranger for the Ashe, you have Spellweaver for the Zera. It's actually pretty good, it's actually really good. Definitely try. I will put this in the A tier for now. It has potential to be at the bottom of S tier for sure. I have to talk about Vayne because, yeah, it's it's still there. It's still really strong, but this time you have to actually 3-star her. You cannot just play 2-star and that's it. I'm done. I have my 3 top 4, potentially 3 top 1. No, now you have to actually 3-star her. You still need best in star to make it work, of course. But yeah, the composition didn't change. It's still really strong. I would like to have a special mention on a composition that's been emerging thanks to Bebe in Korea. That is Yasuo carry with 6 Ninebringer and Legionnaire. I did not include it here because I do not have enough experience or data to prove that this is a good comp, but he did go for first with Yasuo 3 having RFC, Runance, and True Gauntlet, no shadow items, and having 6 Nightbringers. So I'm pretty sure if Bebe plays it, it's probably for a reason, it's probably really strong. I would just mention it in here. If you need a large chest composition of it, I can make it in my Discord or in the comments. Let me know if you do need it. But otherwise, that's it guys for this best comps I should play this patch. I hope we are not going to see any more rewards too much. But yeah, if you do not have any questions, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I will see you guys next time.